Fight 3 is one that I just love. Brandon Royval. This is flyweight division. Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. We're all we all know what Brandon Royval is capable of. This guy's a solid fighter. This is why this fight is even. Joshua Van is on the rise. He's 14-2. We've seen guys in multiple divisions right on the rise until they reach their ceiling. Where is Joshua Van's ceiling? The tough thing for him here is that he just fought at UFC 316 like 3 weeks ago. Okay, so can he rebound and continue uh, looking as good as he does? We're going to find that out here. I'm worried about him being tired, but Joshua Van is 14-2 for a reason. He's very capable of getting the job done. So let's jump into this prediction right now. In the flyweight division at UFC 317, you got Brandon Royval taking on Joshua Van. And this is a high level matchup at the top of the division because Brandon Royval is the number one contender right now. Royval 4.5. Before we get into that, Royval is 5'9. Joshua Van 5'5. So Royval's got a 4-inch height advantage, if you will. Now, in terms of the stand-up game, Royval 4.5 significant strikes per minute to 8.2 for Joshua Van. Takedown game, both guys less than one takedown per 3 rounds. Van 81% takedown defense, Royval 45% takedown defense. Now, I believe Joshua Van wants to keep this fight standing, right? Because he lands 8.2 significant strikes per minute. So he definitely wants a stand-up striking affair. Royval can land takedowns, but in his last 2 fights especially, he won them both against Tatsuro Taira split decision and Brandon Moreno split decision. So he's fighting at a high level. He led in significant strikes, but trailed in takedowns. That's what led to the split decision. He's not going to have to worry about that in this one. In the last 2, he landed 145 and 124 in terms of significant strikes. So Van is going to hope to come in, and if he can land 8 significant strikes per minute, right, you're looking at like 120, 120 significant strikes over the fight. But Royval has shown he can maintain that pace too, and that's with takedowns. So he can probably get closer to 200 in a 3-round fight if he went off. So both of these guys are going to be going at it. It's going to be a high level of striking affair. I think they're going to avoid the takedowns. I think they're going to stand up and just it's going to be a delight at the flyweight level. So could we see a finish? Maybe. But at the end of the day, I think Brandon Royval in the experience. I mean, the guy's 17-7. I just he got the experience, but yeah, too many losses. Joshua Van 14-2. I'm just worried with Joshua Van that he's coming back just 3 weeks later after UFC 316. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to lean with Joshua Van. I'm kind of going back and forth in my mind. That's how close this fight is to me. But I'm going to lean towards Joshua Van. I think the significant strikes and the activity are going to pay off. I mean, you saw what he did against Bruno Silva in the last fight, 125 significant strikes, defended the takedowns well. But against Ray Sarai, he gave up 4. So anything can happen here. But I'm going to lean towards Joshua Van winning this thing. The guy's got 4 in a row coming in. Look for him to get 5 in a row, and he jumps way, way up to the top of the division. So this is a big opportunity for him. In my opinion, he gets the W by decision to move to 15-2. Flyweight division, UFC 317. Yeah, so it's certainly not going to be easy for Joshua Van. He won at 316. He's coming back on short notice. You're going to have to lose the weight again, make weight, right? Your body is being depleted over a period of a month. You had the nice training camp going into 316. You don't have the nice training camp here. Now you're just trying to maintain. That's a little bit harder for an athlete. Some athletes don't adjust well to that. They need a full training camp. They need to restart. They need like a 2 or 3 week break, if not 2 or 3 months. Reset, go through camp, fight again. Well, Joshua Van saying, I'm ready to go. And you got to respect that because if you lose, it knocks you back a little bit. But now you're in big time fights. So I don't think you lose a lot in this situation.